Hello and welcome to the Pretty Twisted Yarns YouTube channel. My name is Teresa and this is my little corner of the internet where I share all about things I have been making with yarn. I am primarily a yarn dyer, a knitter. I sometimes delve into other crafts such as crochet, but mostly it's knitting. A lot of sock knitting. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so glad you are here. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back and seeing what I have to go on about. I haven't had a whole lot of knitting time because I've been dyeing a lot of yarn. But I do have one finished object, a work in progress, an acquisition, and I also have some dream knitting. So, before we get started, I do have a giveaway winner to announce from last episode and a new giveaway for this episode. Y'all, this is episode 25. It's only been 2 years, 25 episodes. Oh my gosh. I'm always behind, but that's okay. I am going to start today with finished objects. This finished object was an experiment. So you always hear about knitting a sweater or knitting any project that takes more than one skein of hand-dyed yarns. You want to either alternate rounds or to use helical knitting, something so that the skeins blend together as you're knitting a larger piece. Because as we all know, hand-dyed yarn, every single skein is unique. So there's going to be minute differences. And in a big piece like a sweater, you might see a line. So by alternating rounds, you don't get that. But you never hear about alternating rounds on socks. So that's what I did. My colorway Punky Power, I do have a skein of it. Hang on one second. Okay, so my colorway Punky Power is color blocked and a very highly variegated. This was my charity yarn for the month of May. I donated $5 to $5 for every skein sold to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. I was able to donate last night $165, and I also had $140 in donations from my followers on Instagram. So if you don't already follow me on Instagram, I am at Pretty Twisted Yarns. That's the best place to follow me to keep up to date with all of the happenings. You can also subscribe to my email on my website, prettytwistedyarns.com. But anyway, Punky Power, I have a couple more of these to dye, and then for June, I will do, I would tie-dye for you as my charity yarn, and $5 from those will also go to this American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, but those I will be doing as ready to ship, not pre-orders. Anyways, this is what the skein looks like. This is how it knit up. This is on my Stardust base though, which is my super sparkle base. This is how it knit up, just like as it presented itself. I pull from the outside of the ball. And I love color pooling. I absolutely adore it. Not everyone does. So what I did on this sock was I just split the skein into 250-gram balls and alternated rounds. And you can see what a different kind of look you can get. This is a tonal that I dye called Mystic, and this is Come On Barbie. So look at the difference. You still get a little bit of pooling on this one, but not as bad. It definitely breaks it up. And you could also do helical knitting. But I wasn't done yet. I took another skein and did the same thing. I split it into 2 balls and just cranked on my Erlbacher Speedster circular sock machine 2 samples. This is how it knit up on a 60 stitch count tube. Not alternating rounds or anything. This was a 64 stitch sock. And this is how it knit up on a 72 stitch count. It's so crazy. That's so many different looks you can get from one skein of yarn. So yeah, just split your skein in half, alternate rounds. So I thought that was a really fun experiment, and I can't wait to wear these socks. That's the only finished object I have. That's it. So for works in progress, I am hand knitting a sock out of a colorway that I dyed called Almost Famous. I'm currently, I think I have 1 maybe left in my shop. Look how cool that is knitting up. That's not self-striping, it kind of does its own thing like on the bias. But I am so interested to learn about, if I dye a skein this way, how does that knit up into a hat, a sock, different things, and when it knits up how you wanted it to, it's super exciting. And the blue and the yellow that are in through here glow in the black light. So this is a super fun pair of socks. I did a little pop of color, which is a crazy sock lady signature thing to do. And then the heel, I'm gonna do an afterthought heel using my colorway that is blowing out my camera. But this is called All Blown Up. I wonder if I can't even get it to like, I mean, it's pretty accurate. It's not maybe quite that blown out and bright, but it's very bright, all blown up. And I could not be happier with how these are knitting up. So yeah, I'm gonna do an afterthought heel. This is a 64 stitch count. And I did a shorter leg. I usually do like 60, and I did 50 rounds for this leg because I'm not very tall. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do the toe in the blue or do it in the green. I am not sure. This is what the cake looks like. And that is all I have on my needles right now. But boy, oh boy, do I have dream knitting. So, some of the dyeing that I've been doing in the studio. I have dyed up a collection of neon colorways for summer, and this is my blacklight collection. Okay, so this is Come On Barbie. It is a hot pink, neon pink, my favoriteest. And then we have Safety Dance, which is also a blacklight reactive, super bright neon orange. And then we have Lemon Grab, which is 1 Million Years Dungeon. Extra points if you know what that's from. Leave a comment below and let me know. 1 Million Years Dungeon. Okay, so that's Lemon Grab. And then we have All Blown Up, which is this gorgeous neon green. And then we have Poolside. Really, really pretty blue. And then we have Mystic. Beautiful purple. These are all tonal. And then Don't Fear the Reaper, which is like my solid black. So, dream knitting, I need a Painting Bricks shawl out of this, and I need Painting Bricks socks out of this. How amazing will that look? So, the color kits I'm going to have in my shop tomorrow, Friday, June 2nd at 12 noon Eastern, is going to be all 6 of the neon colors So when you buy the whole kit, you're getting one skein for free. So it's like $30 off if you buy the whole set. And definitely tag me on Instagram if you're making anything with my yarn. I love to see what you guys create with my yarn. It makes me so, so happy. And I love to repost it and show others what you guys are making too. I do have some of these on certain bases in stock. And I might have already mentioned this, but you can also get it dyed to order on whatever base that you want that I currently have in stock. Oh my gosh, look what I got. Okay, my friend Andy the Knittress, you guys know Andy, she 3D printed this skull. Can you even? It's a freaking yarn bowl. So I will link her shop down below. She's got crazy great notions, yarn bowls. I mean, I can't even, like, it's so good. So yeah, I think when I cast on my painting brick socks, it's gonna be in here so that I just see rainbows all the time because it makes me happy. I have like some other things ready to ship in my shop too. I have a sock set. This is Unicorn Droppings. It comes with Come On Barbie and Mystic. That's ready to ship. This too. So I had a lot of requests to repeat this colorway and I can't because I was using up leftover dye. Someone had purchased it and then for whatever reason wasn't able to keep the purchase, so it never got sent out. So this is ready to ship in my shop depending on when you're seeing this, and I've been having a lot of fun playing with just different types of color blocking, how that's gonna knit up. This skein will knit up differently than this one, even though they look pretty similar. Kind of like Punky Power and I Would Tie-Dye For You look similar in the skein, but knit up totally differently and actually use different dyes. So yeah, I have some stuff ready to ship in the shop if you want to go treat yourself. Then I guess now this brings me to giveaways. So last episode, I decided to give away this one-of-a-kind skein, and I used a random number generator, and it's kind of funny because it picked like the first comment that was up there. So I'm gonna put this on the bottom of the screen, and I have my notes over here. If you are, this is what it says. If you're Vegas Golden Knits Podcast, Susie, I'll put that right here, you won a prize. So if you could contact me at prettytwistedyarns.com with your shipping details, I will get this sent out to you. And you guys, because I love you, and because you've already subscribed, right? Don't forget to do that. Just go ahead and subscribe. Hit that like button. Tap the notification bell so you're notified whenever I upload ridiculousness. But because I love you guys, I'm going to do another giveaway. So this episode, I'm going to be giving away another one-of-a-kind skein. And my one-of-a-kind skeins are called Unplugged. This one was actually used to clean up dye from my dye studio, and it came out flippin' beautiful. So this is a one-of-a-kind. And just leave any comment down below. What are you knitting on? Are you excited for summer? What are you doing this summer? Just leave me a comment down below. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know what you're working on. All that kind of good stuff. And you could possibly be winning this gorgeous skein of yarn. Boop. I don't know why I turned it upside down. Does it look different upside down? I don't know. So yeah, oh, I wanted to also mention, anybody that bought my Christmas Advent, originally I was gonna have the main skein be opened on Christmas Day. But I'm going to put it in there as day 1 because I want you to see the main skein as you see the minis and open them to decide if you want to knit the main color in with the minis, right? Make sense? So the main skein is going to be day 1, and then that way you can kind of see what you want to do with your plans. It does not come with a pattern, but will work with any advent that calls for like a main skein, 24 mini skeins, and it is a gradient, so it will look good with any kind of fade. A fade is a little bit different than a gradient. A gradient is different depths of shade of different colors. Anyway, so that's one thing I would suggest. Of course, it's your yarn, you can do what you want, but I would open that main skein first. That's all my notes. I knew this was going to be a short episode because I don't have very much knitting. But, yeah, so life. Moving on to the life section. If you were just here for the yarn, thank you so much for joining me today. And if you want to hear a little bit about what's going on in my life, stick around and we'll get into it. It has been crazy busy in the dye studio. Again, why I don't have that much knitting done, and I have just been soaking up every single moment I can with my family. Before, I was working, and Dave helped me, and he helped with my grandma, who passed in February, but he was home, so like I wasn't doing like the grocery shopping, the cooking. I'm doing all that now. I'm doing all of the housekeeping, cooking, grocery shopping, all the kids stuff, plus working full-time dyeing yarn, which is a challenge, but I'm loving it. I'm loving to get to spend so much time with Caitlin, who is 11. She's going to be starting middle school, so I think this summer is just going to be jam-packed with a lot of love and gratitude, a lot of yarn dyeing, and a lot of knitting. My daughter Caitlin wants me to teach her how to knit. So that's very exciting. Haley's not really that interested in it. She's my 19-year-old, but I'm excited that Caitlin is a little bit interested in it. So I might get my claws into her early. Teach her how to knit. Yes. Well, friends, that's really all I have today. So I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye, go prep some yarn, hopefully get this podcast episode up. Again, places you can find me: Instagram at Pretty Twisted Yarns, email prettytwistedyarns.com, and of course my website is prettytwistedyarns.com. No, my email is prettytwistedyarns@yahoo.com. My website is prettytwistedyarns.com. Yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying your Thursday. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you before that, but a great summer. Enjoy your summer. Hug those you love. And in the meantime, guys, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.